I am celebrating this publication. 25 Poems, it's called. I call it 25 Poems Proud for Pat Randall, Angie Butler. That's how I delineate it. It was made last May in collaboration with Pat Randall and Angie Butler with their Nomad letterpress and AB press. It's a beautiful thing. It's the most rarefied thing I think I've ever published, and I've published too much. It is a handmade letterpress, and more important than that for me personally, it was about the time and the process of writing poems in a space and place, in active collaboration with people who will produce those poems into an object, a rare thing. The process of poetry, or any literature normally, is someone removed as an individual, normally not collaborating, in a room, then emailing or presenting that text to someone else who has a different editorial and then printing process. And then, the best thing about being a poet, you're never there when your reader is reading your poems. It happens in a room somewhere. So to have the opportunity to collaborate on a base level, thanks to Angie and to Pat, and write poems that were actually about what was going to happen to that text, created a completely different experience, and I hope a completely different thing. How many of these in the world, I'm not sure, but not many. Tonight I have 3 with me. I've only ever read from these poems once in Bristol, the Arnolfini, launching it properly last year, thanks to Angie and Pat again. So all I'm going to do is read one poem from 25 poems. The shape of the publication is that, is there 25 poems in here? There's 16 one-word poems. Because we found, I'm sorry, I don't know the terminology still. What would we call this?
Block.
A block. We found a block of 25 poems. Suddenly there were 25 poems. So the opening and the back are 16 one-word poems. Then there are 2 quartets, and in the middle, 1 large poem. And each of these poems was set in different type, depending on the skills of Angie and Pat. This is the middle. Go for long runs like a careful story of paper, also running. See through windows, people watching television, while we active lap Bristol prison machining down the middle of the road, charging cars with a handheld tomahawk in mind. But it is not, it is an ingot of lead like a stake, and in shotgun boxes for cartridges around us are quads days, at Whittington, if not years, almost undisturbed at letters. Thank you. Reading next will be Jules Sprink.
Hi props, I've actually never read any of my own stuff before, but I'm going to take this opportunity to do a premiere on a green spot.